Bulgaria radiates peace. It is sunny, quiet, and just in general laid back. It's a place where I definitely feel at home and where I found a more, well, quiet pace of life. And it's not that I'm looking to quiet down or live in some very quiet area or a village. Not at all. But even in this big city of like 1.5 million people, the suburb where I live, it basically feels like nearly a holiday residence. It's so quiet and green. If you overlook the concrete, it is pretty nice. Just peaceful. There's always people around, but it's not crowded that you have to avoid each other. Even during this pandemic, it's quiet enough. We don't need to go with masks anymore in the street, but it's very easy to avoid each other. At least in the quiet parts of the city. And what I like is that from here, obviously I like to get to the center. And then you're there in just 20 minutes. Because you know the transport is ever improving. We'll have a new metro line soon in August. From the southwestern end of the city near Ovčekupel to the northeast of the city. And yeah, you can see it looks almost like a village here. Even though there's the business park. I mean, I don't want to give the wrong idea. There's the business park and it's always bustling with people who are now working from home. So it's not that nothing ever happens here. But it's a perfect balance. People playing in the streets, you know, pavements, new school here, people strolling. Just very, very pleasant. So I go for strolls a lot, especially now. Because this area doesn't really have a big city park. We just have the hills. They start right here. That's where a lot of people go. And the business park, which has a small lake and a lot of benches. But otherwise the city parks that are in the city itself, they are said to be pretty busy, even if that's not supposed to be the case, because we're still need to practice the distance, at least that's what the government says. But here there's space for everyone. And sometimes I walk around so much because I just enjoy it that I'm away from home for an hour or more. Because the evenings are already warm enough that the sun is, you feel the heat, you feel the vitamins. So that's a really nice thing. Lots of dogs, bikes. People are starting to ride their bikes more and more. So yeah, there is nothing that gives you the feeling that you're in a very big European capital, except for when you go to the city proper. So for me, this area, the business park where I live, is just it's good. If you want to do anything, you need to go to the center, but I haven't been there since beginning of March even. Can you imagine? But there's enough out here. We have the business park with a lake where there's always lots of people chilling, walking around with the kids, having coffees. But you can see how well maintained it is. It's just a whole new thing for Bulgaria. This is new. The street is new, even though the business park itself is like 10 years old. There's continuous improvement. It's getting kind of cramped actually. But now on a Friday evening, everybody's at home or in the parks. And yeah, not in the business park. So yeah, sometimes what you have is just good enough. Look at this. I couldn't wish for a better place to have a walk, right? It's significantly more crowded now because of government easing of the regulations, which I'm totally fine with. It's about time. You just see there's a lake. As you can only conclude, people are very relaxed, that quality of life is improving in Bulgaria. Work-life balance is improving. It's 6:30 right now, Friday evening. And when it's warm, everybody's outside. Nonetheless, I prefer to keep some distance, so I will not go among the crowds too much. You can see that things are improving. 10 years ago it didn't look like this. 20, you wouldn't want to imagine. This was just a field with grazing cows and sheep. Some shepherds, and that's about it. And then you had the mountain, that's the end of the city. But now look, there's people working here. The grass is well kept. And Bulgaria is catching up. At least that's what I said a few years ago. But now I would even say that in some ways Bulgaria is leading the path with, cleanliness. Look, just infrastructure in the areas like this where we have high-tech companies, some of the fastest internet in Europe. And although it's still a very small bubble of Bulgaria, it goes to show that people are willing to, improve here. And we want just the same as everyone else. It's working for a good company and making decent pay to support our families. And then in the free time, just relaxing as much as we can. So I guess that's quite enough for this video. I'll continue enjoying my walk. Just wanted to give you a close-up of the beautiful tulips that the Netherlands is famous for. So is Turkey, obviously, but perhaps Bulgaria deserves the same recognition. Look how beautiful. So yeah, all the best and take care.